Okay, sitting quietly. Take off the shirt, I don't need that on. So let's sit and begin with some breathing. With something underneath your bottom. Remember, you can have that support underneath your feet as well. I always forget get here, so you know. And I'm sitting down, I go, oh, I forgot, never mind. Okay, so let's sit. Enjoy the morning, and today is a little bit cooler, which is nice at this time. It might be later on, but it's nice now. Maybe starting with some deep breaths. So taking a deep breath in, powering your breath out. Relax your shoulders down the back of your body, and again take a breath in. And your breath out. Relax your jaw. And again, breathe in. And just notice how you are this morning. Notice your level of energy. Notice how your body feels. And then in through your nose, belly down. And out through your nose, navel, back to spine. Just squeezing a little and activating the support in our core. And again, inhale and expand your belly. And exhale, drawing your navel back in. Shoulder blades down a little and lifting up a little through the pelvic floor. Yeah, good. And again, inhale and expand your belly, push it out. And exhale and pull it back in. Getting the sense of that drawing inwards and upwards with the out breath. Then go longer and slower and deeper. And as you breathe in, start with the belly pushing out. Then keep breathing in and push your ribs out. And as you breathe out, pull your ribs in. There's my first yawn, and breathe out and draw your navel back to the spine, lifting up pelvic floor muscles inwards, upwards. Again, inhale, expand. Keep expanding ribs out. As you breathe out, ribs in. Keep drawing in, again, that sense of drawing inwards and drawing upwards, and hold for a moment. And release again, and then inhale, belly, push your belly out. So slowly expanding, try and let your breath come in slowly, ribs out. Keep breathing in, lift your chest. It's a good way focusing on the body to lengthen the breath. And breathe out, chest out. And ribs in. Keep drawing inwards, sideways in, navel back to spine, lifting pelvic floor muscles up and just holding the breath out. And we want to get used to doing this at about 30%. So that we're not squeezing it so tight that it's taking a lot of energy. Again, expand as you breathe in. Relax all of that holding. And as you breathe out, contract. Draw everything inwards, upwards. Hold. Bring your chin down a little, draw your shoulder blades down, squeeze them together a little. Again, release everything. We'll do a few more. Breathe in, expand. 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 Breathe out, contract. Contract. Drawing in sideways and navel back to spine. Hold the breath out. Inwards and upwards. Pelvic floor muscles lifting, tailbone down. Sideways sink. Chest lifting, shoulder blades down, squeeze them together, chin slightly in, release. Keep going, 2 more, breathe in. Sense the expansion through your body. Breathe out. And sense the contraction through your body. What muscles can you involve in this process? Hold the breath out, drawing inwards, upwards. So down through the back of the body, up through the front of the body, inwards from the sides. One more, let go, breathe in. And when you're ready, breathe out. And lifting. That's it. Shoulder blades down, squeeze together a little. Chin slightly down towards your chest. Sideways in. Okay, relax. Take a breath. And breathe out. Now we'll just follow that with a few rounds of alternate nostril breathing. Rest your left hand on your left thigh and bring your index finger to your thumb. There's a whole lot of stuff that does, but one of the things that it does is it grounds us. It helps to ground us. And if you want to, you can turn the hand over if that feels more comfortable, and that's even more grounding. So you decide. Then right hand, let's do index finger, middle finger, third eye. So find that space. And then take a breath in through both nostrils. Close your right nostril with your right thumb and breathe out left nostril. Keep yourself tall here, tailbone down, and then breathe in left nostril. Close your left nostril with your ring finger and release your right nostril and breathe out. We're going to find our own rhythm here, bringing in as we breathe in the smelling of the rose. And then pause and hold. And then release the left and breathe out longer than what you breathed in for. Relax your shoulders, keep your chin up so you're not, dropping your head forward, and then breathe in through your left nostril again. Please go at your own speed. Smell the rose. Then pause and hold, and same sort of inwards and upwards lifting that you did at the end of the other breath, and then release and breathe out. So if you get into a pattern here of smelling the rose, pause and hold for as long as you smell the rose, maybe a little bit longer, and squeeze into the middle a little. And then release the left, breathe out for longer. So make the out breath the longest of 3 parts. And when you're ready, breathe in again. Hold it in, squeeze a little. Shoulder blades down and together. And the out breath is longer. And keep going. Get that sense of the inhalation being stronger. Hold. And the exhalation being longer. You can also visualize the breath going from, we know this, from whichever nostril it is, to the other side of the brain, the other hemisphere. And then crossing it over up the top. And bringing it down the other side. It's always a good time to do alternate nostril breathing, but as we head into autumn, this is our most scattered time of the year, being Vata season. And you'll also find this is the time when people have issues, usually with their lower back or anywhere in their back. More anxiety at this time, whereas depression more in winter, anger more in summer. So alternate nostril breathing is really good for creating balance. And so if you're having any of those symptoms of being scattered, of having lower back issues, of having anxiety, of forgetfulness, losing focus, then restless legs, anything that's sort of a bit jittery, you know, then this is a great thing to do. And you can do, like, if you look any amount of rounds, but if you really want to settle things down, do about 5 minutes of it. And you can gradually lengthen out the exhalation and the holding, but keep the inhalation the same. Relax your face and relax your shoulders. Remember, if you need to, you can bring your left hand over and support your right elbow if you need to support that. And if you find that it actually is not good to have your arms up there and you get sore shoulders, you can also have your hands down on your thighs. And you just, as you breathe in through one nostril, you have the palm of that hand open. And then you close it as you breathe out and open the other palm. So whichever hand the breath is going through, that's the palm you have open. So if ever your shoulders are really sore and you go, I just can't do this, just rest your hands on your thighs and do it that way. Next time you breathe out through your left nostril, that will be the end. And once that happens, just breathe in and out through both nostrils. Notice how you feel. Maybe you notice that you feel a little bit calmer. Your mind might have slowed down a little, more space between your thoughts. Body feels more relaxed. Then breathe out. Stretch your arms above your head, big stretch. Maybe look up if that feels okay. Open your eyes. And breathe out and hands together and down through the center. Let's do that twice more. Breathe in, arms up. And breathe out and hands down. So if you do drishti to fingertips, then, so watching your fingertips, it will also, when you take your hands down to chest level, it's also squeezing to the back of your neck and then stretching it out. Inhale up. And come back down. So you'll get that squeezing into those mamas, into the pressure points, and also the amygdala, that fight flight center. Okay, put your head back at level, arms out, breathe in. Now let's do an om as we bring it back in. Again, breathe arms out. When you do the om, at the end, push the front of your tongue, the tip of your tongue against the roof of your mouth. Okay, take a breath. We'll do one more, and then I'll tell you why you do that. Then just pause and put one hand on top of the other when your heart's in the middle of your chest. Relax and breathe. So the front part of our tongue is related to our heart, physical heart and heart center. So that little bit of pressure on the roof of the mouth, there's also a point at the roof of the mouth there, just behind the two front teeth, that's related to balancing everything. So that bit of pressure is like pushing the pressure point on our tongue that is related to our heart. So it's very healing action, and when we do it, and if you just do it, and see how your tongue naturally goes there. Yeah. So what that's doing is actually treating your heart. So it's actually giving your heart, it's like a pressure point, like you would do an acupressure point, same thing. Which is why that breath that we sometimes do is so nice. There you go, that's interesting, isn't it? Our bodies are pretty amazing. All right, so lie down on the floor now. We're going to do, actually, before you lie down, don't lie down yet. Before you lie down, we're going to do a practice today that is all about backs and all about, taking the pressure off your back. There's lots of things that we do. You have done in yoga, you know, that beautiful one we did last week with lifting underneath the back. We're not doing it today, but we are going to do a lot of other stuff. Now, I wanted to show you before you lie down. We've done this one before, the one where we roll over, but before you lie down, I'm just going to give you a little look so you can watch while you're sitting up. And then when you lie down, you'll get an idea, yeah? All right. So I'm going to lie down and do the shoulder. So it starts lying on your belly, lengthen your legs back a little, and feet are flat, yeah? All right, so the first part of it, arms are out the front, and they're just a little bit, your hands are a little bit out from your elbows, yeah? All right, so you slide your hands back just as far as it feels okay. So in the beginning, it mightn't be very far. Now, these come back, the elbows are down, fingers are spread. With your legs, keep your feet flat. Lift your knees up and engage around your knees, yeah? All right. You're also going to lift your pelvic floor muscles and lift your belly up. Can you see how that's changed how I'm lying? If I don't engage all that, I'm down here. When I engage, there's strength to hold it up, yeah? All right, so then you lie down again. Then you draw back this arm, so the elbow is in line with your shoulder. You draw up this knee so that it's in line with your hip. Then you lift up, and you can come up on your hand here, and you look at your knee. Whatever feels okay, it depends on your back, how high you come up. And then you lower down again. All right, then this arm stays out the front. This one, as much as you can, you're going to leave it on the ground as you roll over. So that one stays on the ground, yeah? Then look at my leg. So this slides across. Oh, this isn't very good. This should go out to the side, pretend there's no wall. Right, now this one actually stays on this side. You can use your hand here if you want. This arm goes directly out there. And both shoulders down, and you can draw this down a little. Again, be aware of what your back's feeling like. This foot stays on this side, the knee stays to this side. Yeah, and then this comes back down, back out to the front. And the same thing, draw your elbows back, feet flat, knees engaged, lift, belly button in, yeah, and then we do the other side, lower down. So the elbow comes back to shoulder height, the knee comes up to hip height. Now this in itself, we're going to actually start like this. So I don't know what I can never remember what the Sanskrit term is for this, but the other one is crocodile posture. If you think that sort of looks a bit like a crocodile, yeah. So that is really releasing for the muscles around the hips and through the lower back. Also through the shoulder, but we're doing this mostly for the lower back. So actually this is where we're going to start, and then we're going to move into the next bit. All right, any questions? All makes sense? Okay, so I'm going to wander around and help as well. So I'll do the first one here, and then I'll come around and help. All right, so make sure you've got enough room. So we've got not too many people here, so if the second person wanted to slide forward with their mat, so there's a bit more room, so you can roll all the way over. So yeah, maybe Either one. You're going to hit the thing or you good?
No, all forward.
All right, you go forward. Okay. Righto. All right, so start on your belly. Lie on your belly. Facing me, Judy. You'll be able to see better. Okay. So lie on your belly and just put your hands underneath your head, like one on top of the other, underneath your forehead. Yeah, okay. So then you'll notice that you're sort of a little scrunched up in your legs. So move your hips from side to side and walk your legs back a little. Yeah, the other thing you can do is tuck one set of toes, lift the knee and thigh and walk one leg back, and then do the other one. So just do one at a time. So you just put your toes down on the ground, lift your knee and thigh up and sort of walk that leg back and then do the other one. Nice. Okay. All right. So then we're going to start, first of all, with a little upward puppy. So arms out the front. And remember, your hands are a little bit wider than your shoulders, just a little. All right, legs are long. Now slide your elbows back. And you'll know where the point is. So have your elbows out, your hands out from you. Yeah, that's it. Hands out a little from your elbows. So elbows are in, hands are out. Yeah. So not try and turn your hands out, just let it be. Yeah. All right. Okay. Now engage your feet. Knees, so feet are flat, push down the top of your feet, lift up your knees. Lift your belly button into your body. Yeah, can you feel that lift? All right, you're lifting up. Nice. And now lower down. Slide your right arm back, your elbow in line with the shoulder. Yep, and the hand straight ahead, Gabby. No, this one, that one. Yeah, just straight ahead. Yeah. And then right knee up. So it's in line with your hip. Good. Now just slide your left hand underneath your head here. So put your elbow down, Judy. This elbow, yeah. Just put your hand underneath your head. So I'll come around and help you. Okay, and rest there. We're just resting there to start with. So I'm just going to come around and adjust anyone who's a little bit confused to begin with. That's it. So just if you put this elbow out here, just take that elbow out there. And just rest your hand on it. Yeah, just like you're lying in bed. Yeah, that's it. So we'll just have that at hip height. So bring it down a little lower. Yeah, have that. Yeah, good. So just rest there. So think I'm a crocodile. Can you sort of, sense how that's crocodile-ish? And you just look, so you just turn your head. But bring that elbow up just a tiny bit, yeah, and the head to that side, and just rest, yeah? Yeah, it's comfy, yeah? Yeah. All right, rest there. So just breathe, nice long slow breaths. So maybe it's the this bit come out to you. Yeah, that's that. And turn your head to this side. Just rest there like that. Yeah. It's like seriously, we're doing yoga. Yeah. All right. So if you do have, if you are trying to relax your lower back, if you've got a healing going on, this is a great place to start. And actually, lying prone or lying on your belly, when you've got an acute back issue, this is actually lying on the belly is much better than lying on your back. Okay, another breath. Okay, and so now we're going to do the first part of the sequence. So taking your left hand now out the front, so the one that was underneath your head, just stretched out the front. Right hand, you can come onto your fingertips if you like, lift up and look towards your back knee. Yep, there it is. I see my knee. Everyone got it? Yeah, now lower down. Now remember the one that you've got on your fingertips, your right hand, it goes above on the floor, so try and keep it on the floor, take it over your head. So now we're going to roll over. So yep, over your head. Yep, on the floor, Judy. Keep the hand down on the floor. Yeah, and roll yourself over. Yes, and let the other foot see it slides back all by itself. Both arms out now to the side. One out to one side, one to the other. Yeah, now if you want to, you can take your left hand to your right knee and just draw it down towards the ground a little. Yeah, and you can look towards your right hand. All right, can you feel a nice release there through your spine? Yeah, now right hand, so the one we're looking towards, again, try and keep it on the floor, take it up above your head again, yeah, and then both hands on the floor in front of you, roll back over on your belly, the other hand, yeah, roll over, and hands on the earth, yeah, okay. And can you already feel a difference right side to left side? Yeah, all right, now slide your elbows back, and lift up, engage your feet, lift your knees, belly button in. Keep your elbows in, hands out. So bring your elbows in more, that's it, and hands out. Good, lower down. All right, let's do the other side. So we're going to put your right hand underneath your head, put your head on your hand. Slide your left elbow back in line with your shoulder. Slide your left knee up. And this first part, the crocodile. Nice. So you can look to the side. That's it. Put your head on your hand. Put your hand on your head. Sorry, the other way around. Yeah, that's yep. And you can look to the side. Other side. Yep. Right. Perfect. Rest. 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 So your ankle is pretty much in line with your knee. Yeah. But it'll depend on what's going on with your back. But this is a very restful, relaxing posture. Make sure that you feel comfortable here. You adjust it as you need to, but you all look pretty good. Do you feel pretty good? Mm-hmm. Yeah, good. Okay, keep resting. So even you could do this in bed. Like if you're going, oh, my back's, not fabulous. I went to bed, it wasn't fabulous. And you wake up in the morning and then before you get out of bed, or you're trying to get to sleep, either place. This is a great posture. Or, your back's during the day, you go, right, I'm just going to go and lie down for a little while and release it. All right, now you ready? So right arm long, the one that was underneath your head. Yeah, the one that was underneath your head. Which one was underneath your head? That one. That's it. Okay, now left hand. So start to roll over. Oh, no, we've got to look up, sorry. Look up, sorry, lift up and look at your knee. I forgot that. Look at your knee. Yep, good. And now lower down. All right, now left hand, walk it on the floor. Try and keep it down low. Go over your right hand and roll yourself over. That's it. Yeah. Perfect. Keep the other knee bent and the foot on the floor and then both arms out to the side. Yeah, that's it. So let your left foot slide back towards your right thigh. Hard to think because we crossed our body over. Which one's which? All right, now look to the left hand and your right hand is on your left knee if you like. Got it? Yeah, all good. All right, then slide your left arm back over your head. Keep it on the floor as much as you can. And your right arm comes out the front too, and you're on your belly again. Got it? Yeah, excellent. Now you can feel a little bit more relief. Right now, elbows back, come up. Elbows in a little, yeah, hands out a little. Engage your legs, feet are flat, push down through the top of your feet, lift your belly up. Yeah, and looking forward. Can you feel your spine starting to release? Yeah, okay, lower down. So then right arm back, right knee up. Lift and look at your knee. Lift and look at your knee. And lower down. And then left arms long. Right hand over the top, roll over. Roll over, let your right foot slide back. Left hand to right knee, look to the right. Maybe holding the right knee with your left hand and looking to the right. Good, now go back again. Arm stays on the floor, the one above you. Keep it on the floor. Drape it over your head, back on your belly. Nice, arms straight out in front of you. Slide your elbows back, lift up. Tops of the feet on the floor, lift your knees, lift your belly up, squeeze a little here. Your lower back loves this, like that, squeeze into the lower back, just go, holds the muscles and then it lets it go. Then release, arms out. Okay, left arm back, left knee up. Good. And then lift and look at your left knee. Good, and lower down. Then left hand, keep it on the floor, slide it over the top. Over you go. Keep your left toes on the floor, slide them back. Now you're looking to the left hand, your right hand can come to your left knee, draw it a little towards you. And then take your left hand over the top again and come back onto your belly. Right, arms out the front, slide your elbows back. Feet engaged, knees engaged, belly in, lift up, squeeze a little in the mulabandha. And extend. We'll do one more on each side. Right arm back, right elbow back, right knee up. Lift and look. Look at the knee. Yeah, good. Lower down. And then arm over the top. That's it. Roll over, keep your toe on the ground. Nice. Nice. And then hand to opposite knee if you want. Good. Other side, that's it. Okay. And then back onto your belly. Keep the hand on the earth if you can. Yeah, and roll back. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Stretch your arms out the front. Right, they're a little wider than shoulder width apart. Okay, then slide your elbows back. Keep them in line with your shoulders. Elbows are in line with your shoulders, hands are out a little. Okay, push down through the tops of your feet. Engage your knees. Lift your belly button into your body. Squeeze a little into mulabandha. Good, and lower down. Good, other side. Left elbow back. And left knee up. And then lift and look at your knee. Good, and down. And then hand over the top. Keep the hand down. Yeah, foot on the floor. Yeah, hand to knee maybe. Yeah, nice. So, Gabby, you could take your other hand. Yep, to your knee and draw it a little over towards Judy. Yeah, how's that feel? Yeah, nice. Yes, good. Okay, now go back again. Keep that hand on the floor, the one that you got out to the side. Yep, and roll back over onto your belly. Nice, nice, nice. Arms out so the hands are in line with your shoulders and then just a little wider. And then draw your elbows back, lift up, last time. Elbows in a little, hands out a little. So elbows in line with your shoulders. All right, engage your feet, lift your knees, navel to spine, squeeze a little into mulabandha. Good, and lower down. Then hands underneath your head and just move your hips from side to side. Okay, could you feel that release through your spine? Yeah, it's release and it's support. So it's a really good thing to do. And if you have got a healing going on in your back, you're going to do it to the degree that it feels okay. This is something you can do. And you'll know when you've got a bad back, you'll know how much to do it. And you might do it even slower than what we did today. All right. Now bring your hands underneath your shoulders and pull back, extended child's pose like that. You sleep like that. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Yeah. And then pull back into an extended child's pose. Yep. And feel the stretch through your spine. Can you feel that down around your lower back? Now, with your extended child's pose, when you're in that, to get more of a stretch or to soften off, okay, in your spine, because if your back's not fabulous, you're not going to be able to go back all the way. And if you bring your chin into your chest, it softens it. If you want a little bit of extra length, draw your chin forward. So if you draw your chin forward, can you feel how that comes down lower into your back? Yeah. So chin forward, sternum forward, and you can feel it come more around your lower back. So you would play with this if you had a lower back healing going on, and just lift it to where you feel that the extension is good without giving you sharp pain. Does that make sense? Okay, so let yourself slide back then as far as you can go today. So let yourself slide back, bottom of the feet, let your hands come back, just do as far as is all right for you today. Rest there. Draw your sternum forward and you feel this come down to the lower part of your spine. If you want to, so variations here, you can put either your elbows on the floor and hands underneath your chin,
power of fists on the floor and your hands underneath your head. Or then bring it down closer with maybe flat hands, or maybe put your hands back on your feet. And again, still bring your sternum forward as much as you feel comfortable to feel that stretch in your lower back. About 2 more breaths. Okay, then hands on the earth and come up slowly, just so you're sitting in Vajrasana. Good. Of course, we could do cat and cow and things, but I'm not going to do those today. From here, hop off to, let's go to the left side. So hopping off to the left side, yep, just put your hands to the right. So you've got sort of one hand on your foot, one hand on your knee. Lift your chest up and turn very gently to the right side. This is called Vrajavajasana. So it's a very, very, very gentle seated twist. Shoulder blades down, lift your chest up, breathe out, turn. And often it will feel like very different one side to the other. Another breath. It's very, very gentle. And then come back up again onto your knees. And of course, the things that we need to lengthen out when we have a back issue are our quadriceps, our psoas, and our hamstrings. And then depending, you know, the abductors, the adductors, and muscles around the lower back area. But particularly if we start with our quadriceps and our hamstrings, they're like, and psoas, they're like the 3 start there. Okay, off to the right side. So sitting in Vajrasana is also a good thing to do because it's going to lengthen your quadriceps. Hands, did one side feel better than the other? Yeah. And that's because most of us have some sort of, you know, hip thing going on where our spine pulls one way more than the other. Turning to the other side. Take a breath. And breathe out. And another breath. And breathe out. Nice. And then hands to the earth and pick yourself back up again. They're gorgeous, aren't they? All right. Now we're going to come to standing. Now, depending on what's going on with your spine, you know, you might need to bring your hands forward and then, you know, put one foot forward then the other. If you can, tuck your toes, sit back, and then come back from there. If that doesn't work, it's just going to be probably 1 foot forward, hand on the knee, and then the other one, and come up and hand on the knee. Yeah, okay. All right, and then you might stay there with your elbows on your knees. Again, this is a great support if you've got back issues. Pull the mat apart a little with your feet, and just as much as you can. And again, when you have got that disconnect that we get in our lower back, it can be quite difficult to engage your legs. So it's just as much as you can. Pull them out apart with your feet. And when you do engage your legs, you're engaging the muscles in the thighs and in the hamstrings, front legs, back of the legs. And that's going to lengthen and strengthen those muscles. Right, now chin your chest and slowly come up. And again, if you've got the back issues, hands on your thighs and just come up slowly. Keep your chin down and slowly find the way with your arms above your head. And if it feels okay, look up. And then hands together and down through the center. Now, this is all going to be at your own speed. It's probably good we are recording this and I can put it somewhere so people can refer to it. Okay, come to the front of your mats. So we're going to go through some sun salutations. Now, you might think, oh, really? We're doing sun salutations for back? We are. These are, when I've had a bad back, doing sun salutations very, very slowly is one of the best things you can do. And I will do sets of them throughout the day to release the tension. So what I'm going to show you is we are going to do Ashtanga Namaskar, which perhaps we haven't done so much in this class. So I am going to show that to you before we go down on the floor. So stay where you are. So Ashtanga Namaskar we will come from extended child's pose, so we'll be in extended child's pose. Now it's tuck toes, so toes are on the floor, knees are on the floor, then we want our chest and our chin on the floor. If you come forward and you bring your chin down first, then your chest. Now your bum stays in the air, belly stays up, elbows up, shoulder blades down, and then belly flat, feet flat, and we're going to do this same, more like a sphinx actually, elbows underneath. Same thing, so your elbows are underneath your shoulders, see this alignment of elbows, shoulders, elbows, wrists, hands, and same thing, engage your knees. Can you see the difference in how I am when I don't and when I do with the legs and the belly and stuff? Yeah. So, and then we'll go from there either to extended child's pose, but what I'm going to recommend, and I'm going to come around and help with this, is that you actually go to a downward facing dog, drawing it back because you get a good lengthen through your spine, and then from there to the extended child's pose. I'm going to show you one more time, Ashtanga Namaskar. Now, the reason we do this is because it's really good for your spine. So, toes, knees, chest and chin, elbows up, belly up, and that squeezing here in through your belly really supports the back, knees up, elbows under shoulders, lift it. And from there, back, and if you're going, no way am I going to downward facing dog, that's fine, but if you want to have a play, keep it back and keep your knees as bent as you want. It's keeping it backwards, keep your knees as bent as you want. You can straighten them out to wherever, but you know, if you're finding that when you straighten your knees, this happens, then that's your hamstrings, and keep your knees bent. Because we need to keep the shoulders the same when we do straighten our legs out if we do. All right, you ready to have a play? We're going to start at the front of our mats. Okie dokie. And we're going to go through this really slowly. When I'm working with a back healing, I will do 6 rounds of this. So slowly, so slowly. Breathe out. Take a breath. Namaste Hansanana Vayu. Now that's strength to the core. Got it? Arms open. And bring it back together. Now soften your knees. Now again, if you're working with a sore back, you'll slide your hands down onto your knees. If you're feeling okay, you put your hands down like this. But if you're working with a bad back, it will just be bend your knees and hands to you. And then push down, come up, and arms to sky, look up. Little back bend, turn the palms, bend your elbows, bend your knees, come down. Again, if you're supporting your back, you'll slide your hands down your thighs, down your legs, and fold, and your hands will go to wherever they go. So they mightn't go too far if you have got a back thing going on. Come back to elbows on knees, and tip it over again. And you might do 3 of these to start with, elbows on knees. And tip it over. Engage Mula Bandha as you tip it over. 1 more, elbows on knees. And tip it over. And you'll notice that each time you're getting a little bit more mobile, yeah? All right, left foot back, big step. Then bring your knee down. Check that you've got your ankle underneath your knee at the front. Good. Now you'll need to take that back knee back further, Judy. So the back knee, not foot. Take the back knee back further. All right. Fingertips on the floor, and then sliding your hips forward. Keep coming forward with your hips. Yeah. All right. So notice here if your knee goes forward of your ankle, and if it does, you need to take the other knee back further. Now what we're doing here is we're lengthening out the quadricep on the left side, and we're also lengthening out the left psoas. And remember I said we need quadricep, psoas, and hamstring. So you could go back further with that knee still, Gabby. Take the back knee back further. Walk it back, walk it back, walk it back. Yeah, now let your hips come forward. Okay, can you feel that stretch? Yeah, that's what you want. Yeah. So now engage your legs and engage your back bottom. Yeah, so switch on your legs and switch on your back bottom. Can you feel the difference? Yeah. Okay, now we're going to bow over our front legs. So keeping the belly as close to your thighs as you can and pulling back through your right hip. Yep, keep your big toe on the floor and relax your head down. All right, now here we're coming into the hamstring a little. Can you feel that in the back of your leg? All right, so remember we want psoas and we want hamstring and we want thigh, and then come forward again. All right, now the other thing we're going to do here, because it's often the hip, we're going to release that too. So walk your right foot out and put your hand on the inside. Now circle around your right hip. So take it out and back and in and forward. Yep, that's it. Out and back and in and forward. Do one more. And remember, if you have got a healing going on, you're going to do this really slowly and then go the other way. So probably even slower than what we're doing it now. And you're going to feel into it. Yeah. 2. One more, nice and slowly. Good. All right, and then walk your foot back in. Slide your hip forward again. Good. Now step back from there and we're going to go to either downward dog or extended child's pose. So big stretch, big stretch. And remember how when we're in child's pose, I talked about bringing your chin forward a little? So you feel that stretch in your lower back? All right, and then if you're not in child's pose, come into child's pose now. Then tuck your toes and let's try this Ashtanga Namaste. Come through, so bring yourself forward. So don't try and go down low, just keep yourself up a bit higher. Then tilt your chin up and come down, bend your elbows, keep them in, put your chin on the floor, your chest on the floor, and then stick your bum up to the side. So keep your elbows up. Elbows have to go up to the side. Point your elbows up to the side. Keep them in and up. And you'll need to take your knees further back, Gabby. Okay. Yep. Yep. Elbows in. Yeah. Now put your chin down, chest down. Nearly. And then belly flat, feet flat. Slide your hands forward and put your elbows underneath your shoulders. The hands forward, we're coming to Sphinx. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Lift your chest. Now, same as we had before in the upward puppy. Knees, belly button in. Yep, chest lifted. Squeezing a little into Mula Bandha. Can you feel the stability there? All right, lower down. Hands back underneath your shoulders, pull back. And maybe tuck your toes and come into downward facing dog. Don't come forward over your shoulders. Keep it back. That's it. Bend your knees a lot. Bend your knees a bit more. That's it, and pull your bottom back more. Yeah, okay, take a breath. And then bring your knees down again and pull back into extended child's pose. Don't move your hands. So your hands need to come further forward, Judy. Yeah, okay. And then come onto your knees and step your left foot through. So again, if you've got a healing going on, you might have to do this bit really slowly. It doesn't just fly through. Hands on the earth and same thing. That's a good stretch. So back foot is flat. Let your hips come through. Check that when you do that, your knee doesn't go forward in front of your ankle. Yeah, got it? Lift your chest up. Now engage your thighs and engage. This back bottom will be switched on. Yeah, feel that? All right, now come back into Ardha Hanumasana, bowing over your front leg. Chin towards your chest, look back towards your back foot. Push down through your big toe, internally rotate both thighs. Good. Come through to the front. Walk your left foot out. Left hand inside. And then hip out to the side, back to the inside, and forward. Again, out to the side, back, inside, and forward. One more. So can you feel that release that's happening as you move there? Comes through to the front, then go back in the other direction. So let yourself come back and forward. So let this circle that you're drawing be the full extent of the circle you can draw with your hips. So you'll feel that release through the muscles around your hip joint. All right, and then walk the foot back in. Now to step through to the front, if you walk your back knee further forward, yeah, then it's easier to step through to the front. So when your back's not working so well, walk that back knee forward and it's easier to step through. Yeah, that's it. Good. Go. Now again, you might like to come up elbows on your knees. Yeah. Push down through your feet. And if you need support, then you put your hands on your knees. So just try it. Put your hands on your knees. Feel your feet engage. And come up, navel the spine, roll yourself up. Can you feel how supported that is? So if you did have a back issue, you'd be going, oh, that's all right, I can do that. So what's happening is you're releasing the muscles that are holding on so tight that they cause the pain, and we want to release them. We want to soften them. We want to hydrate them. Yeah. Okay, so let's go again. Bend your knees. Now either your hands are on your thighs or your arms come down. And then you come up, and again, you're either putting your hands on your thighs or you're bringing your hands up, and then arms up, tailbone down, engage Mula Bandha. Turn the palms, bend your elbows, bend your knees, come down. Again, you can just come down or slide your hands down your legs. You need that extra support. Then come up, elbows on thighs. Sit and fold over. Step back, right foot, big step. Bring your knee down, slide your hips forward. Set yourself up so you've got that foot far enough forward so you can bring your hips as far forward as possible. So yours can come just a tiny bit further forward, Gabby. Just a little forward. Yep, that's it. Lift your chest and bring yourself through, lift up. Now engage. Have you got your back bottom switched on and your thighs engaged? Now bow over your front leg, Ardha Hanumasana. Internally rotate your thighs, look back behind you. Come through, breathe in. Step back from there, downward facing dog or extended child's pose. I would also add into this, in my own practice, a plank. So I would come forward, shoulders over wrists, and just lift everything up and squeeze everything in. You could also do this in a half plank, with your knees down, crossing your legs. All right, and then knees down and back to extended child's pose. Breathe out. Now tuck toes. Come through, shoulders over wrists, bend your elbows, squeeze them in. Chest on the floor, chin on the floor, belly up, shoulders away from your ears. Belly flat. Walk your legs back a little, lift your knees up, slide your hands underneath your wrists, your elbows underneath your shoulders, lift up. So legs engaged, so elbows in a little more and forward a little more. And then hands in line, so you've got your hands in and your elbows out. Yeah, that's it. Lift your belly up, flat feet. Good. Lower down, pull back. Tuck your toes if it's okay. Now leave your hands where they are, Judy. Tuck your toes, go back downward facing dog. Yep, don't move your hands, Judy, but keep your knees as bent as you need to. Yeah. Pull this back a little. Yeah, that's where you want to be. Okay, now bring your knees down and bottom the feet. Yep, don't move your hands. Yeah, good. Come through, right foot. Slide your hips forward. That's it. Perfect. Keep bringing it forward. Good. Lift your chest up. Engage. Back bottom switched on, legs switched on. Good. Bow over your front leg. Stretch it back behind you. Pull the hip back. Pull your hip back, straighten the leg a little. That's it. That's it. Then come through to the front. Now bring your back knee forward a little. And then step through to the front. Yeah, good. Breathe out. Now again, you can have your elbows on your thighs here for more support. Push down through your feet, pull them out apart a little. Bend your knees more, chin to chest, come all the way up, arms above your head. Take a breath. And hands to heart. And breathe it out. All right, that was 2. I would do 6. And by the time you get to the end of the 6th one, you're a totally different person. And it's not, you go so slowly that it doesn't have that, you don't feel exhausted. You just go really slowly and you just feel into it. But it's a really good way to support your spine and to release that tension and to bring in the hydration that it's looking for. All right, we're going to have to stop at 2. Bend your knees, arms down. Inhale, come up, arms to sky to look up. Swan dive down, hands behind, bend your knees. Now, if you did have a bad back, you probably wouldn't put your hands behind, you put your hands on your thighs and you just fold. If your back is okay, hands behind and take your arms off the back of the body. Okay, and again, either hands, elbows to knees, hands to shins, or hands to earth, and lengthen and then fold. And then step back from there, one foot, then the other, extended child pose or downward facing dogs. Breathe out, have a big stretch. And then come through one knee and then the other and cross your legs. And sit down and come all the way down to the ground. Now, if you did have a bad back, what you do next is you get your rolled up towel and you do that sequence underneath. But we don't have time for that today. So, if you're at home and you went, oh, now the next thing I do would be that. Okay, just notice how you feel. We've done a lot of releasing and supporting. Then bend both knees, feet on the ground. Heels out a little, toes in a little, chin to chest. Tilt the back of your body until the back of your body comes to the floor. Engage Mula Bandha. Just roll up a little through your pelvis. Lift your pelvis, lift your hips up off the floor. And here we're lengthening. This is to strengthen the hamstrings, lengthen the quadriceps. Take a breath, but squeeze into Mula Bandha, keeping yourself supported. This can feel quite tight when you're doing, if you have got a healing going on through your spine. So you want to do it, up and down, and then come down slowly. Keeping the engagement through Mula Bandha. Back of your body on the floor. All right, now keep your left foot down, bring your right knee in. And there's so much beautiful releasing you can do here on your back, knee to chest as well. Take a breath. Bring your knee in, and you might just stay with that knee to chest. Or you might extend the left leg straight. So see how that feels for you today. Both sets of toes towards you. And then you might come up nose to knee. And then lower your upper body down. Left hand, left hip, right hand, right knee. Take the knee out to the right a little and then draw it up towards your shoulder a little. And then come back to the center, engage Mula Bandha as you do so. Swap hands, lift your right ankle up to the same height as your knee. Slide your right hand down the outside, so it's the outside of your right hip. Yeah, and then just drawing the knee a little over towards the left as you draw the right sits bone down towards the earth. So you end up with this cross-directional pull, like extension. So the knee doesn't come over very far. So the left hand's on the right knee. The right hand's outside the left hip. Right hand's outside the right hip, sorry. So slide it down lower, Judy. Yep, there. And then pull the knee across to the Yep, to that side, but at the same time, you're pulling it down to the floor, your bottom. Okay, come back to the center knee to chest. Good, and stretch that leg out. Maybe it feels a little longer than the other one. You can feel that the right hip's a little lower than the other one, and then bend your knees, both foot on the floor, feet on the floor again. Tilt the pelvis back, your body onto the floor, bring your left knee in. Hug it in, slowly, slowly, slowly. And again, you may stay with this, let it go a little, and bring it in again. Or you might extend your right leg straight. Toes towards you. You might bring your nose to your knee. And then lower your upper body down. Right hand, right hip bone, left hand on the knee. Take the knee out towards the left side. Only go out as far as you can keep both sits bones on the ground. And then draw it up a little towards your left arm. Both sets of toes towards. Engaging all of them. And then back to the center, right hand, right knee, left hand outside your left hip. Lift the ankle up in line with your knee, so other hand duty. That's it. And then drawing it over towards the right side, but at the same time, you're drawing your left bottom down. The right side's really engaged, so don't let yourself sort of roll over at all. Your hips square on the floor. All right, then come back to the center, knee to chest. Other knee in as well. Little rock from side to side. And then if it feels okay, hands to feet and come into a happy baby. So if that feels okay, go there. Otherwise, just wrap your arms around your legs. But if you can reach your feet, then holding your feet, drawing your knees down towards the earth. Tailbone down towards the earth. Engage Mulabandha. Breathing out. Another breath. And then release and bring your knees to your chest. If you've got your knees to your chest, to stay there, maybe nose to knees if you feel good to do that. And then come to your Shavasana from there. Now, if you did have a bad back, what would be good is to put a chair underneath your lower legs, so that you have this sort of right angle thing. That would be great for your lower back to release any tension, or either keep your knees bent or a bolster underneath your knees. So something that takes the pressure off your spine. And if you put a bolster underneath your knees, then a pillow underneath your head. All right, so take yourself into Shavasana. Breathe out. Take a breath in. Your breath out. And again, breathe in. And and again, breathe in. And now, engaging the muscles and releasing them is another good way to relax the muscles. So if you engage and tighten your feet and tighten your legs and tighten your buttocks and tighten your belly, tighten your hands, your arms, your upper back, your face, and hold it, and you've got pelvic floor muscles engaged, and then let it go slowly, slowly, slowly. And if you can coordinate this as well with an in-breath and an out-breath, just let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. And when it's all completely relaxed, do it again. So breathe in and tighten everything. When you get, when you do this more, you can actually come into the areas that are holding the tightness and just tighten those areas. But if you're sort of starting, then it's good just to tighten everything and hold everything. And then hard your breath out and let it go. Let it go. And it can even be good to have an it's not coincidence that when we do something, we go,
You know, there is, like I was saying, that every sound that's sort of instinctive like that has a particular vibrational function in our body. Okay, we do one more. Hold it tight. Hold it tight. Hold it tight. Hold it tight. And then you can try the R if you like. Okay. Whew. And then relax. Relax, relax. Breathe. And the other thing that you can do, because when we focus on an area, you can try this actually. If you focus on the palms of your hands, try that. Focus on the palms of your hands and breathe in and out. And notice if you can feel or sense a tingling in the palms of your hands. For a warmth. Then try your face. So focus on your face. Breathe in and out. And see if you can feel a tingling or a warmth through your face. Just focus. So what you're doing is you're directing the blood and the energy and the oxygen, of course, is in the blood, to that part of your body. So what you're feeling in that tingling and the warmth is the extra healing in the form of blood, oxygen and energy, and of course all the nutrients, all the minerals and everything that go with that, to that area. So if you had a back issue, you would focus on it, or wherever you've got a shoulder issue, or wrist issue, or knee issue, or whatever, belly issue, focus on that area and breathe into it. Now you mightn't feel the same tingling. The reason we feel it in our hands and our face is because we have lots of capillaries close to the surface. So you mightn't feel it, but know that it's happening anyway, because we've just experienced it. So wherever you've got a healing going on, you can take the breath there, focus on that area. Which is what they do with laser work. It's the same thing, that they're focusing on that area and they're bringing the blood and the oxygen to that area. So we're bringing blood, oxygen, nutrients and energy all to that area for healing with your breath. Just a few more rounds. So know that you can do this anytime by yourself. You don't need anyone else to do this for you. So even without moving, you can create healing. One more. Deepening your breath. Rubbing your thumb across your fingers. And then what I would suggest, if you were working on this for a healing, is then once you've done a few breaths, just lie there without the focus. So then let it go and just lie there and rest. Stretch your body out. And when you're ready, bend your knees, bring one knee into your chest and then the other. Stretching your back. That's why we do this, just to stretch our back out. And then roll over onto your right side. Hands underneath your head.
And you can lengthen, drape the other arm over your head so the left arm can drape over if that feels okay. And then again, if you had a back healing, I would do this to both sides before you came up. And then use your hands and come up. And sit yourself comfortably, something underneath the back. Obviously, the more that we look after our body on a daily basis, even when something does go wrong, we have more tools to work with. Our body has a memory and it goes, oh, I know how to. Breathe out. Take your arms above your head, inhale. And hands to heart, exhale. Arms out, breathe in. Long, slow on. Bit of pressure on your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Then one hand on your heart, the other one on top. Let's receive healing this morning to wherever we need it, whatever part of us, even if we don't know what it is. You don't have to. And then offer, opening the palms of your hands and offer that same blessing of healing to the first person that arises or situation that arises on your heart this morning. And then let's offer the healing to our global consciousness. Because remember, healing is not always, doesn't have to be physical. And bring your hands together in Namaste, offering gratitude.